The bus comes to a slow stop at the edge of a town that doesn't exist on any map. You step off, and the doors close behind you with a heavy thud. The bus drives away, leaving you alone in the middle of a dark, empty street. The air is thick with a foul smell, like something rotten hidden just out of sight. You look around. The houses are old, their windows shattered, and doors hanging open as if someone, or something, forced its way inside. There's a thick fog rolling in, swallowing the street in shadows. You feel a strange pull, like something is guiding you deeper into the town. Against your better judgment, you start walking. As you walk, you notice a small graveyard between two crumbling houses. The gravestones are cracked and worn, their writing too faded to read. But the earth around them is fresh, as if something has recently disturbed it. The ground seems to move, ever so slightly, and you hear a faint, rhythmic thumping coming from beneath the soil, like a heartbeat. Your pulse quickens, and you back away from the graves. Something is very wrong here. You turn and hurry down the street, hoping to find someone, anyone. But the town is dead silent, except for the growing sound of your own heartbeat. Ahead, you see a house with its lights on. It's the only house that isn't dark. A faded sign above the door reads "Doctor's Office." The door swings open as you approach, like it's been waiting for you. You step inside, and the smell hits you. Blood and something metallic, sharp and sickening. The house is filled with old medical tools, rusty and stained. The walls are lined with books about diseases, treatments, and something darker. As you move deeper inside, the wallpaper seems to pulse, like veins just beneath the surface. The air grows colder, and you hear a soft, low humming coming from a room at the end of the hall. You know you shouldn't, but you can't help yourself. You push open the door. The room is an operating theater, but it looks like it hasn't been used in years. In the center is a table, and on it lies a body, pale, almost translucent. Its veins are dark and swollen, pulsing like they're filled with something other than blood. Above the body hovers a mechanical device, a spider-like machine with long, needle-tipped legs. The machine moves with a strange, jerky rhythm, injecting fluids into the body's veins. You're frozen in place, horrified as the body's eyes suddenly snap open. They're wide, terrified, but the body can't scream. Its mouth is sewn shut. You step back, but you hear heavy footsteps behind you. Turning slowly, you see the doctor. He's tall, his face hidden behind a surgical mask. His eyes are cold, dead. He moves closer, saying nothing, but his presence is suffocating. You can feel your sanity slipping as he stares you down. The doctor doesn't need to speak for you to understand. The town was once alive, but it was struck by a plague. Not a disease of the body, but of the mind. Something dark and unnatural that twisted the people into monsters. The doctor tried to cure them, but instead, he became something far worse. He experimented on the townsfolk, turning them into abominations, creatures that should not exist. He takes off his mask, and you see his true face, stitched together from the faces of others, his skin barely holding together, his eyes lifeless and milky. He isn't human anymore. He's a patchwork of souls, a creature driven mad by the plague. And now, he's found his next patient. You don't wait. You run. The house warps around you, the walls closing in like a living thing trying to trap you. Doors slam shut before you can reach them, and the whispers start. Soft at first, then louder, filling your mind with a chorus of madness. You burst through a door and find yourself outside again, but the town is different. The buildings are twisted, distorted, as if they're alive. The ground pulses beneath your feet, sick and wrong. The fog thickens, turning the world into a nightmare of shadows. You can hear them, the whispers of the infected, calling out to you, urging you to join them. You run, but there's nowhere to go. The ground cracks open beneath you, revealing a pit filled with writhing bodies, their hands reaching out to drag you down. You fall, and the last thing you see is the doctor, his twisted smile stretching wide as he welcomes you to your new home. A living nightmare, a town of the damned. The town waits in the shadows, a place where the plague of madness festers, ready to consume the next soul that stumbles into its grasp. Beware, for once you enter, the shadows will find you, and there is no escape from the plague.